We're still in the middle of this heat wave, so we need something to cool out with.
Krissy Gibson from Take the Cake is with us, and we're tucking into an ice cream pie, apparently.
Indeed we
Morning,
are.
Krissy.
Good morning.
This sounds delish.
Yeah. It is. It's an easy one.
Like ice cream pie, like you make a pie, you put ice cream in it in the oven,
Right.
like won't the ice cream melt?
No, this is the pie. The ice cream is the pie. It's an easy one. Nothing wrong with this one at all. The thing is, it's so hot outside. I personally haven't felt like baking at all, and I still want dessert.
Yeah.
So this pie is the answer. The crust is made with a chocolate sandwich biscuit, and
It's very hard to say it without saying it, isn't it?
Right,
I
so-
think
Krissy is available for sponsorship.
but you know, who doesn't love these?
Everyone knows what they are.
And you don't need to add anything else to it but butter, because the cream inside binds the cookies together. So you've got kind of a ready-made crust. All you need to make this pie, first of all, is besides your dish, you need a food processor. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is grind up these cookies.
Just before you do that, Krissy, just open it up for 1 second. There's a wee little bit of the... I'm not stealing biscuits. I'm actually just look. You see, a little bit of the wrap.
Oh, thank you.
Thought I was
Call the
stealing biscuits.
HSE.
Hey, you should grab a biscuit. Well, no, while I was in there,
All right, so we're going to grind these up nice and fine. And the reason you need a food processor is because this crust is really its best when there aren't any big chunks of cookie in it. And you're going to take a 1/4 pound of butter, that's about a 1/4 cup, and melt it. This one is already melted, so we're just going to pour this right down through the funnel. And that'll bind it all together.
Oh, yeah.
That is a sight to behold.
It's a beautiful thing, and the texture of this crust is so good. It's easy. It's surprising. The thing is, it has to be frozen before you put the ice cream in. I've got one that's already frozen, but
if you
here's
didn't
how
have
you
a food
get it
processor,
together.
could you just bash the biscuits in a
You
bag?
could try. I'm not sure how well it would work,
On a
because
day like today, that's a lot of bashing.
work. Yeah,
the key is to get it as fine as
look
you
at
can.
this consistency of that.
Yeah, you check that there, Tommy. Go on.
I saw that.
Excellent. Carry on.
So we take the round cookie and we put it right into the pie shell. I'm going to use gloves for this today because even though my hands were just washed, this makes it easier for me just for the show.
Kind of like a sort of cheesecake base where you use digestives.
Yeah, so instead of using digestives, we're just using chocolate biscuits. And we're going to be putting the ice cream right inside of there. So you want to press it as much as you can into the pie shell. Can you see that okay?
Beautiful.
Yeah, lovely job.
And next thing you know, we're going to have...
I'm sensing this is a very doable recipe.
That's the thing. It can really be done by anyone of any age or skill level in the kitchen.
Nice and simple.
Nice.
And the thing is, in this heat, if you do want dessert like me, if you've got a sweet tooth, you want something that takes as little effort as possible.
Yeah.
So this is the way to go. Here is a nice frozen pie crust, and if you can see how nicely ground this is, you might want to give it a minute or so longer than I gave it here today.
So you put it in the freezer, not in the fridge.
So after you grind up your cookies, you put this pie shell with the crust into the freezer, and you chill it for about 10 minutes, okay? And after about 10 minutes, that'll be nice and firm enough.
It'll sit up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll slice.
And you want to pick your favorite ice cream.
Yeah,
whatever you like.
You're going with mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, this is mint chocolate. We're going to taste another one though, Simon. Don't
that's okay.
Don't give up yet.
Mint chocolate chip.
No, my boys are, but I'm not.
Well, you and I are going to do salted caramel. Wow!
All right.
So here's mint chocolate chip. You know, strawberry works. Cookie dough ice cream works. You notice how this ice cream...
Basically anything works.
You notice how this ice cream is a little bit soft? If you take your ice cream right out of the freezer, it's going to be too hard to use. So go ahead and soften it up. And if you use an ice cream of good enough quality, melting it a little bit isn't going to affect the integrity of the ice cream.
Do you want to put it back into the freezer then to...
Yep.
To freeze up again.
Exactly. Yeah. So once you got your ice cream in the pie shell, how easy is that?
Yeah,
you put it back into the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's going to set. Now, in fairness, if you could set it overnight, great, but you don't have to. You want to set this pie for at least an hour in the freezer. And since the ice cream started out pretty cold already, it doesn't have to take a long time.
And that base is frozen too as well, which will help, won't it?
Exactly. So here we have
Here we go.
One that we're going to go with today. This is salted caramel. Now, earlier with the mint chocolate chip ice cream, we used a liter. You could also use, if you're going to go with a premium pint of ice cream, I would use 2 of those. This is a premium ice cream. I used 2 pints. And if you've got a big pie shell, this one's a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
If you've got a big pie shell, you could get a little extra ice cream.
Yes, you could.
Why not?
Well,
You might be able to fit a little bit more in there. So this,
Nobody's going to object to that, are they?
this is a salted caramel ice cream. Incidentally, you could make a vegan version of this because
I was just about to ask.
these chocolate sandwich cookies are actually vegan.
Okay.
You wouldn't think
Right.
so because they've got a cream filling, but
Sure, you're not sponsored by them.
there's actually no cream in the filling at all. So what you could do is you could substitute the butter for coconut oil.
Yeah.
And then you could choose some really nice vegan ice cream. There are loads of soy-based or coconut-based vegan ice creams out there now. So we're gonna have a taste of this.
Lovely.
This has been setting.
What's
So
this
hopefully it'll
bad
be
boy
soft
here?
enough for us. That's my very own salted caramel
it is.
sauce.
Of course
it is.
Optional. You don't have to have it,
compulsory.
Simon.
No, we
You
do.
don't have to have
No,
it.
we do.
Right, let's get...
So here's how it works.
Now, is this going to be hard to cut with frozen biscuit base?
You should probably use a sharpish knife.
Right.
I've got a butter knife. Probably,
Unlike this one.
probably
Yeah,
not
yeah.
probably not the best planning on my part. Now you'll notice this is a little bit soft because it's been sitting out a few minutes
Yeah.
and the lights are kind of warm.
you wanna get it straight
So
out of
you
the-
gentlemen are going to be eating a cool pie today.
Okay. So
Our viewers are going to be eating cold pie. So I'm going to cut a few pieces of this so that I can get one right for you. Now, I brought salted caramel sauce. A lot of these pies are really good with, depending upon what flavor you choose, hot fudge.
Oh.
You don't have to eat a sauce with this pie. You could eat hot fudge. You could eat salted caramel sauce.
you could do a little raspberry coulis, something like
You
that.
could.
Little fruit
You could
coulis.
have ice cream. I'm sorry. You could have whipped cream. But
This is like tennis.
you know what
Tell
else
you what,
though?
we are bang out of time, and-
Simon's a foodie too.
Are we out of time?
We have been
Yeah,
told
we are,
to
sorry.
Take
taste,
the whole lot out.
taste
Yeah.
and
How
get
about
on with
some
it
salted
because
caramel
it
sauce?
Yes,
looks-
please.
It looks too good to not to taste. Oh, yeah. Voila.
I need a freezer that works a little better
Sure.
today.
Right, go on, Tom. Get in there. Get
And a
in
piece
there.
for you, Tommy.
Get in there. No hanging about there, Tommy, was there? Straight in.
There. This one worked a little better.
After the break,
What's not to like?